Here we are at Appleton Beer Factory, home of Weezfest 2.
Weezfest 2, baby.
Surf Wax Appleton. And we want to get you excited to come to our show by introducing some of the beers that are available here and what Weezer songs you might enjoy them to.
We're also here with our friends in the Pool Project.
Hi.
Say that he's good.
Howdy.
You want to introduce yourself?
Hi. I'm Nick.
I'm Ben Grooven.
Hi, Nick and Ben Grooven.
Hi.
It's the Pool Project.
It's the Pool Project, you know
From
them.
Weezfest 2, Surf Wax Appleton.
If you don't know them, you will.
Yeah, you will. Get your tickets today. The link is
Don't point somewhere.
in the comments section below.
Why you always make me do unnecessary work?
Colin, put up the best picture of a monkey you can find.
There's too many good ones to pick from.
No, but look at it. It looks really good. That does look really nice. You do a really good job.
Oh, thank you.
If you like Weezer and you like beer, maybe you'd like to enjoy them both at the same time.
Everyone drink their beer directly in the mic so that it sounds really awful.
ASMR, here we go. Ready?
That's foul. I can't wait to hear that.
I'm going to big crush it. Would our esteemed guests like to start with what beers they chose and what Weezer song they might enjoy with them? And why?
Yeah, absolutely. We can start on the end over here. We have Yelling Guy IPA, Apple Beer Factory. Woo-wee.
Worth noting, all these are brewed in-house. Like, these are
Yes.
handcrafted by the lovely team here.
Exactly. Well, again, here's the Yelling Guy. I would like to pair it up with the opening track off of Pinkerton. We're going to go with Tired of Sex. I feel like there's lots of yelling,
He
lots
does yell.
of angst,
Yeah, dude.
an acquired taste. Yes.
What are some of the flavor notes you can expect out of that beer?
It's going to be on a citrusy side. Not like too heavily bodied, but for an IPA drinker, a lot of people are going to appreciate this beer. If you're not an IPA drinker, it can be an easy IPA for you to also drink. So yeah, to me it's an easily palatable beer.
Kind of like if you're not necessarily a Weezer fan, you could probably still enjoy Pinkerton because it's a pretty universally loved album at this point.
Don't buy all the hate that everyone gives it, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like the same about IPAs.
It's true. Yeah. People
Just
talk
because it's not named after a color, it's still a great album.
Exactly.
That's true.
Well, pink, I guess it's in there. So
Pinkerton.
Pinkerton, Appleton.
Whoa.
Still got pink in
There's
it.
something
now.
You might hear that song at Weezfest too, and if you do, you better rush to the bar and get yourself a Yelling Guy IPA here at Appleton Beer Factory.
Put the logo up there. All right, moving down the line. What do we got
All
over
right.
here?
That's a good question. No, I don't even know what
We
is
got
it
the factory light right there.
The factory light. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's hear. So the song I chose is "My Name Is Jonas," the opening track off the. Oh yeah.
That's the
See what I
color.
did? See, I came color coordinated. And so the reason I choose Factory Light to go along with the "My Name Is Jonas" is because, like, I think if you want to know who Weezer is, you got to get into the Blue album. That's probably the big classic. You know, most of the hits that you're going to be familiar with are off of that one. And just like your first beer, you want to go with something simple that's going to introduce you to all the great taste of beers, of albums of that Weezer has to offer. And you know, there's also some heavy tones in here. And you know, just like that first track off "My Name Is Jonas," you get some of the big riffs. They're going to get you used to that. My name
What's
is
up?
Jonas.
Call it.
Yeah. So we got a beer here. This is, if I'm correct, this is the West Coast IPA.
Yep.
And I'm choosing to go with probably California Kids off of the White Album. It's like how this is like kind of your introductory IPA. You know, the Yelling Guy. This is like your more advanced version of that. You know,
California Kids, right off the bat, starting that album, you start with kind of the guitar and the glockenspiel. It kind of starts with sort of a more complex flavor.
Exactly.
Than you expect. So.
You get more of that Beach Boys kind of thing too, and then to call it the West Coast IPA, I'm telling you that the parallels are right there.
California is, in fact, on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And maybe not everyone would choose an IPA right off the bat as their first beer, but when you have one that's that good, you kind of stick with it. Just like the White Album isn't necessarily going to be the first Weezer album you listen to, but when you put it on, you understand why it is held in such a high regard.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
can be comparable to the Juicy McJuiceface here. So that is a Juicy McJuiceface with West Coast hops. So
Yeah.
you're already familiar. The Juicy is one of our higher selling beers here too. So if you're already
for good reason.
You're already familiar with that, you're comfortable with that, and you're like, let me go to the next step.
The next
What
step.
can I experiment with? Well, the White Album is also right up there, though, too.
Yeah.
If you want to get deeper into Weezer and, stay away from the blue, green, and red album, you get into the White Album later on after they've been a developed band, like a developed brewery. Now you have a differently developed beer.
All right, last in the lineup here, we've
But
got
certainly
the,
not least.
but most certainly
Oh,
not
certainly.
least, we have the Waltzing Cherries Sour, which I am going to pair with a little song off the Red Album called "The Greatest Man That Ever Lived."
Yes.
Phenomenal song with a lot going on.
Complex.
And this is a phenomenal beer with a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily a sour guy. It's not usually my go-to, but this one, I just tried it today for the first time, and I was blown away by the complexity of the flavor and how smooth it is despite that. So I think that pairs well with The Greatest Man That Ever Lived, because that song is made up of a million different sections, but taken as a whole, it's still very enjoyable to listen to, and it's over like that. You just cruise through it, even though it's pretty
Yeah.
lengthy.
It
song.
goes down very easy. Yeah.
It really does. It really does. Listen, it's red.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It is.
There
It's
it
a
is.
different. It's a different type of song. That's a different type of drink.
Exactly.
Like you normally don't listen to a lot of songs that are orchestrated to have multiple different parts never repeating itself.
Exactly.
But if you appreciate music or you appreciate beers, you're going to want to venture
Yep.
into something a little bit outside of your range, and you
Maybe
can-
after you've enjoyed the Factory Light, the My Name is Jonas, you want to
Are you
more.
suggesting I try this? Ooh, that's good.
That's also made in collaboration with McFleshman's
Nice.
Right there.
next door, and it also has another name, the
wonderful
12,
brewery. Yeah.
the 12 paces, because they're 12 paces away. So
Nice.
if you're in the area, please visit McFleshman's. Go grab a beer over there, and
Before you
give
come
them props.
to Weezfest.
But yeah.
Well, hopefully this has inspired you to come here and try some
Yeah.
of the amazing beers, and we hope that you'll join us on Friday, November 3rd.
It starts at 8 p.m.,
8
but
p.m.
the VIP
right. You can buy a
things,
VIP
you're going to
ticket,
come in, we're going to do a live podcast taping before the show.
get a couple beers.
Get a couple beers, answer a couple questions, and just hang around and have a good time.
Yeah, it's Weezfest season, baby.
It's the year of the Weez.
Hey, thanks for hanging out. I have so many of their albums, and they've got them. You're editing all this out, right?
That's gonna be the only part of the video I keep, actually.
Oh yes.
On loop.